because art and stuff is the closest we'll ever be to being someone else, like to having that, to being inside, making that connection. So like, I just try and do that, and then hopefully it makes you feel the way I feel. Yeah.
He's a multi-talented singer, comedian, writer, producer, and director. He performs music under the stage name Childish Gambino and DJs under the name McDJ. Now, get ready to get inspired. Here are 7 motivational speeches from Donald Glover. Number 1. I don't want to have a boss.
I asked to leave because my heart really wasn't in it, and they thankfully just were like, yeah, and they let me go. I just don't want to have a job anymore. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I feel like, you know, if I stayed there, I'd be doing my life a disservice. Not because that show is bad. That show, Community, is like, I think, one of the best shows on television. But it's not mine. I want to not have my own show per se, but I just want to make dope shit from now on. Like, oh.
Number 2. I never want to settle.
It's not, but what I meant was, like, I just don't want to be okay with where I'm at. Like, I never want to settle. I never want to be, like, just happy with where I'm at. Like, I always want to be going for better. So, like, that's all I meant. Yeah. I just want to always get better at stuff. That's all I meant.
Number 3. Never feel like it's done.
I never feel like my music is done, really. Like, I never get to the point where I'm like, great, it's done. Maybe that's just me, but like that's what it feels like to me. It's like, it's really fun at the beginning. You're like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then you do like real stuff. And then you try and make it like a little perfect here and just like that and like little things. And then you kind of see it through the other person's eyes. The art and stuff is the closest we'll ever be to being someone else, like to having that, to being inside, making that connection. So like, I just try and do that, and then hopefully it makes you feel the way I feel. Yeah.
Number 4. I believe in endings.
I believe in endings. I don't think, like, people really scared of death. I am not afraid of that. That's part of life. That's part of everything. Like, if anything went, like, you know, that kind of like, that thing of just like, would God make a stone that he himself could not pick up? That kind of riddle. It's like, yeah, he could, but why would he do that? Like, kind of thing. Like, everything needs to have a balance. And
Number 5. My superpower.
like, I used to want to be like, I need to be a rapper. Like, I'm trying to be like a rapper and just do all this stuff. And I was like, oh man. And I realized, like, yo, that's my superpower. I'm not a rapper. I'm definitely not a rapper. I don't want to be a rapper. Rappers can only get this far. Like, they can only go so far. And I want, like, this is a gift. Like, I get to make this show, like, it's something that nobody else gets to make it, and make it weird and personal, and something that I think they wouldn't let, probably. They wouldn't let Schoolboy Q do it, even though he's probably got crazy, dope ideas. You know, but like, I think this is my, like, superpower. I want to, like, yeah, like, I want to do something dope.
Number 6. Make something special.
We made something that just felt good, and I felt like, you know, like what Bruno was saying up there was super true. It's like, I think you sometimes forget that music is like, it's the most hypnotizing medium and element. You don't need, like, I always aim for a 6-year-old and a 60-year-old. Like, if both of them, like, my grandma knows Despacito, and so does my son. Like, and they're both like, this is, you know. So like, I think people forget how beautiful and how important that is. And I think it was kind of, I was in London the entire time. It was huge here. I mean, I'd hear it on the radio sometimes in London, but my mom, just people being like, it's everywhere, it's all the time, and it getting used in Get Out and stuff. Like, it's nice to just be part of a moment culturally, because I think that's just you know, that's what you grow with is important. And I think we tried to make something very special. And I was just, you know, I'd like to thank him, like, right now for, you know, aiming for that with me. And, like, yeah, I just think it's really special. I think we both try and do that all the time and make something that lives on through the ages.
Cool.
Yeah.
Number 7, the people deserve quality.
I try not to think, you know, I always was like, I don't want to make the best indie movie. I want to make the best movie. I don't believe in labels like that. I'm glad I was able to make history, but that's not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to make the best product. I believe the people deserve quality, and when they taste it, they see their own value, and they don't ask for less. So I just want to make a really good show. Like, you know, my I was trying to beat Beat this year. Hopefully next year, like on their last year, like we'll be able to do it. And I mean that with love, because I love their show. Like, and I think Julia is amazing. So yeah, like I just want to make quality.
Thank you for sticking around this long. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. Please comment down below which one was your favorite that you got the most value from. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For sticking around this long, we have a bonus for you. Always remember to stay inspired and stay motivated. Bonus: joy and believing.
I think honestly right now we live in a time where things are very divisive. And, you know, I think Meryl Streep was speaking on this a lot, where it's like we all have a lot of responsibility. And I remember going to school because I wasn't allowed to talk about magic, and I wasn't allowed, I knew Santa Claus was fake, but I was around a lot of kids who didn't know that. So you have that responsibility to keep that going and understand why you're doing it, because of joy. So I think human joy is super important. It doesn't come from computers. It just comes from belief. You know, acting, making music, all that stuff is believing in something that maybe someone older doesn't truly believe, but like when you see it in a child, it makes you kind of believe it again, you know, because we forget how innocent and beautiful we were. So I think, yeah, it's our responsibility to make magic again, because I think a lot.